Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Thursday, April 30th, 2026. The sentencing of Troy Reynolds, who was convicted in the hit-and-run death of a Yucca Valley teenager, has been delayed. Reynolds was the suspect in a fatal collision from 2024 that killed 16-year-old Joshua Barreras. A jury trial last month resulted in his conviction of felony hit-and-run, resulting in permanent injury or death. Reynolds was originally scheduled to be sentenced yesterday. A hearing before Judge Sarah Oliver resulted in the sentencing being moved to May 6th. Reporter Adeline J. Wells will be at the courthouse with further updates. Street gang activity was targeted in Yucca Valley last week by the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Gang and Narcotics Division. Between April 20th and April 26th, the Sheriff's Department served 14 search warrants related to gang members and convicted felons throughout San Bernardino County. At least one of those warrants was served in Yucca Valley. Operation Consequences is currently targeting illegal criminal street gangs. A representative of the Sheriff's Department said that more specific information about arrests made as part of Operation Consequences could not be shared due to possible connections to gangs, narcotics, and future investigations. In the last week, Operation Consequences led to 21 felony arrests, seized 31 firearms, including 8 serialized ghost guns, and led to 2 misdemeanor arrests. As part of the point-in-time count, volunteers participate in a county-wide initiative to locate, contact, and quantify the number of unhoused people in a community. This year's point-in-time count was held on January 22nd. County-wide, 2,448 individuals were counted as unsheltered, and 1,270 were counted as unhoused but sheltered. Unsheltered homelessness decreased by 188 individuals, or 7.1% since 2025. Results from the effort include breakdowns of numbers from individual areas and municipalities in the Morongo Basin. In Joshua Tree, volunteers contacted 18 unhoused people, an increase of 50% since 2025. In Landers, volunteers contacted 4 unhoused people, a number that was unchanged since 2025. In 29 Palms, 24 unhoused people were contacted, a 15% increase since 2025. In Yucca Valley, 46 unhoused people were counted, though 21 were involved in transitional housing. That's a 10% increase since 2025. In Morongo Valley and Wonder Valley, no unhoused people were contacted. For all counted areas of the Morongo Basin, the unhoused population increased since 2025 by a single person. Previous reporting from Z107.7's Heather Clisby, who volunteered for the point-in-time count in 2024, indicates that despite the best efforts of volunteers, these numbers are not comprehensive. However, data acquired during the count is considered by the county as a reliable estimate and is used to allocate funding for programs that address homelessness and serve the unhoused population. You can find a link to Heather's first-hand experience as a volunteer with a point-in-time count at a link in this story at Z107.7fm.com. A new proposed residential development in Joshua Tree is holding its first scoping meeting tonight, and the county is seeking public feedback regarding the possible environmental impact of the project. Online news editor Robert Hayden joins us with the details.
A proposed project for a 47-acre parcel at the southeast corner of Alta Loma Drive and Alta Avenue in Joshua Tree has been posted to the San Bernardino County Land Use website. It also serves as a notice of preparation of a draft environmental impact review, or EIR, along with a public scoping meeting. The project site is currently undeveloped desert and is zoned for rural living. The project would subdivide the 46.75-acre site into 18 individual parcels, each of which would be developed with a single-family residential home. The county will hold a scoping meeting for the project to receive public comments on the scope and content of the environmental impact review. The public scoping meeting is scheduled for tonight, April 30th, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Joshua Tree Community Center, located at 6171 Sunburst Avenue. You can find more information at this story at our website, Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
In November, 29 Palms was awarded a Levitt Music Series grant, creating a series of free, outdoor, family-friendly live music concerts at Freedom Plaza through 2028. Saturday will be the last of the first series of concerts, with a second series beginning in the fall. On tomorrow's Z107.7 Up Close show, host Gary Daigneault will talk with the featured artists. Dan Navarro has a 40-year career as a songwriter, artist, singer, and voice actor with 17 albums, thousands of concerts, films, television, video games, commercials, and writing hits. Remo Packer is an accomplished musician known for his unique blend of genres. The evening will start with a dance experience, led by teacher and choreographer Karen Gladys. Navarro, Packer, and Gladys will talk about their specialties and the concert on tomorrow's Z107.7 Up Close show. That's Friday at 10 a.m. on Z107.7. Calling all animal lovers. April 30th is a national day aimed at raising awareness about many animals waiting in shelters across the country. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with more about the importance of adopting rather than shopping for your next furry friend.
Today, April 30th, is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, created to raise awareness concerning the thousands of animals currently awaiting their forever home in shelters across the country. According to the ASPCA, 5.8 million dogs and cats entered shelters and rescues nationally in 2024. While a majority of those animals were adopted, over 607,000 were euthanized in the shelters. The average length of time dogs have stayed in the shelter before adoption has increased over the past 7 years, limiting space for new animals and further straining capacity. Today serves as a reminder to support shelters and the thousands of animals they steward through adoption. The high desert is home to a variety of rescues and shelters dedicated to promoting animal welfare throughout the region. The Palms and Paws Animal Shelter in 29 Palms handles animals from house pets to birds of prey and livestock, and the Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter is a 501c3 nonprofit and is the only no-kill shelter in the Morongo Basin. The Yucca Valley Animal Shelter is one of many operating at overcapacity and has been running a special $25 adoption rate throughout April. That fee includes the compensation for a spay-neuter procedure, microchip, vaccinations, and a voucher for a veterinary visit. The adoption fee is reduced to $5 for animals that have been at the shelter for over 90 days. I'm an animal lover, and while I was growing up, my family adopted all 3 of our dogs from a local animal shelter. I have fond memories of studying the sweet, lonely faces of dogs in all shapes and sizes before my family and I would select the pup that would become ours. Now an adult, my current dog George is also a rescue. His spunky personality and sweet nature remind me every day that some second chances are well worth giving. National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day is celebrated every April 30th, and the state of California celebrates its own Adopt a Pet Day on June 6th, both serving as days to remember the value of adopting. To view the available animals for the Palms and Paws Animal Shelter, the Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter, and the Yucca Valley Animal Shelter, visit the links in this story at z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Adeline J. Wells.
Save the date! The 29 Palms Parks and Recreation Department have announced the opening day for swimming season at Lucky Park Pool. That's Saturday, May 23rd. Public swimming will be available from 1 to 5 p.m. on weekends. The open swim will be for kids and adults of all ages, and lifeguards will be on duty. You can find a link to more information about swimming at Lucky Park at a link at this story at z107.7fm.com. And finally, the 29 Palms High School boys varsity tennis team traveled to Indio High School for the second day of Desert Valley League individual finals. In singles action, Adonai Patu ended up in 4th place, while Jeremy Burks finished in 2nd place and earned a trip to CIF individual singles. Michael Acosta and Shad Johnson got 2nd place and earned a trip to CIF individuals doubles in May. Coach William Shea would like to recognize Jeremy Burks for making first team All Desert Valley League, and Shad Johnson and Michael Acosta for first team All Desert Valley League. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.